Actually, the Mars recruiters forgot to get me off of one of their email threads because they wanted to kind of act like it was all friendly. And they were talking about the Kennedy assassination, and their wording was very much that they knew about it, they were behind it, they knew about 9/11. They have plasma technologies that can create crop circles. A lot just ended up happening, not based on what the presidents actually wanted. Truman, Eisenhower, and probably Roosevelt and Kennedy. And Kennedy would have been the one that disclosed the UFO stuff, and of course that's why he was assassinated. Several species of gray aliens contacted all the major world governments and made secret treaties with many of them. Churchill is one who made the deals. Churchill is the beginning of the negative ET agendas when it comes to our governments. Several species of gray aliens contacted all the major world governments and made secret treaties with many of them. Churchill is one who made the deals. Churchill is the beginning of the negative ET agendas when it comes to our governments. And when I was putting this together, I had the source of this information, and it should be coming up in the next slide. But just in case, to give credit where credit's due, this is Lisa Renee, who I resonate with. She's a good friend of mine. And I feel that she's the clearest channel that's out there when it comes to this stuff. And so this particular portion of the presentation about these treaties are from the channelings that she's brought through. And I think it'll show when I'm done sharing her portion of the information in regards to this. And after researching this for a long time, this is the one that gave me the goosebumps and kind of stopped me in my tracks. I was like, okay. So the intention was to create continual world wars, which is the strategy of divide and conquer the human race, keep them busy and drain them of all the resources from the earth and the life force of humans to serve their agenda. So again, we power these things up for them. And so during the Roosevelt administration, knowing that they knew about a negative ET agenda back in 1926, this is just, it on its journey. It's like, okay, let's go over here now, let's go over there now. Now we're going to address the world governments because they need our help. Higher benevolent races don't need to collaborate with governments. They're advanced. They don't need to make deals. Aleister Crowley was a key figure in cooperating with the negative alien agenda, starting from gray alien contact in Cairo, Egypt, which began a lifelong series of interactions and collaborations to bring into physical manifestation satanic forces. And I talked about this a lot in my last presentation, about the explosion of Tiamat and about the Achamoth energy and the reversals of the feminine and Baphomet, which they worship in order to mess with the elemental kingdoms, and they work with these negative beings. And it's really, they call it the left-hand path, and it's all about the self and what the self can do as far as power goes. But great with the free will and all, but when it's adversely harming somebody else against their will, then it's an abuse of free will, and that's not okay. So this is what that is and sure, we can say, oh, well, whoever they're abusing agreed to it on some level and made a contract. It's like, okay, well, we can't exactly prove that, so let's not just assume that, and let's call this stuff out, okay? Because some people are like, well, just let them be. They agreed to it, and it's like, well, I agreed to create justice, so I'm doing my part. Okay. Aleister Crowley was an incarnated solar temple lord that was one of the abusers of the power from the Atlantean time cycle, who happens to have a really awesome tarot deck, though, I have to say, if anybody's ever used it. So I clear the energy all the time. I'm like, let's just get Aleister Crowley out of here, because the thought deck is quite awesome. So the timeline sequence was Crowley meets Churchill, who masterminds the World War II agenda to manipulate and mind control Hitler, who then proceeds with his psychotic Atlantean Black League, Sons of Belial agenda with planned mass genocide, and begins to target the depopulation of the indigo or host race for the human DNA evolution in this last 30,000-year cycle, the Hebrews. And that is, I do have it noted, good, from the Ascension Glossary of Lisa Renee, who I told you a little bit about. And so it's not because they're the chosen ones when we think about the Hebrews, or just all that sort of competition about whose God is better. That was all a bunch of confusion. But they did carry and do carry a particular code that we needed. But everybody does. We all have pieces that we need to give to each other. That's why it's called unity consciousness. We share codes, we share information, we share wisdom. But this particular group was seeded at a later time to assist the earth that was just about dead, and a lot incarnated through the Ark of the Covenant, and a lot of the angelic humans were seeded, and then the 12 tribes of Israel, and then all of a sudden, you have this group that is a part of an override frequency to all the destruction that had happened previous. But a lot of the beings from those previous cycles that weren't a part of those dark agendas also carry codes that we need. And before, we didn't need to share DNA and activate each other. We had it all. But this was the agreement as we were seated in this new creation so that we could learn through trial and error, how to use our power correctly. That's why we come back again. That's why we come back and say, wow, I don't want to make that mistake again. And we're learning and we're growing. But there's no punishment. There's only cosmic law and natural law. Source is unconditional love. That's why even the most compromised beings who have signed up for the most evil agendas can still come home. There is nothing, but love. So when we're dealing with these lower creator gods and these, psychotic behavior patterns that are coming from them, that's not really connecting with true source. That's connecting with an archetype. And we've inherited some of those behavior patterns, so the game stops in here. When we create archetypal harmony within and resolve the war within and send that frequency out, that's a pretty awesome purpose we all share in common. So the Dracos manipulated occultist knowledge with Hitler, and knowing that the genetic host for the 26,000-year cycle was the Hebrews, they wanted all of them decimated. And that's basically why there's now a Zionist conspiracy to make the Jews look bad, and why the Zionists aren't true Jews, but they say that they are, because they didn't really succeed. But Eisenhower and the United States didn't win the war either. Nobody's really won the war yet. So it's just still this game is being played. But we've won the war because we're all sitting here, we're doing our inner work, we're unplugging from the matrix, and we are the victory. So we don't need to fight anything to win anything. We simply need to remove ourselves from the game. And instead of being the pieces on the chessboard, we can just see ourselves as the board, as the earth body, and let everybody else do whatever they need to do. But we are embodying something so much greater. And everybody has that potential. Crowley, Churchill, Hitler connection is what established the great alien agreements with the government. And this was the beginning of the technology trade that led to the human experiments such as mind control through psychotronics and time travel. Churchill did not have racial sympathies and had even less compassion for the general masses. It was during his influence that he was one of the men that allowed 5,000 or so children to be abducted from poor areas and gave the Greys the right to genetic testing of the population. According to the Guardians, when they took something like 10 times the amount they knew, they were in over their head, and that they could not control what they had led the world population into. So these treaties have to do with bartering exchanges of planetary goods, natural resources, elements and compounds, and materials that can be taken off planet. That included supplying numbers of human adults and children that the government agreed to barter exchanges for abduction, work camps, sexual slavery, forced breeding, genetic experimentation, genetic augmentation, and secret space programs. And we see this with all the super soldiers that are coming out saying, I've been a part of Project Mannequin or Project Monarch. And there's so many super soldiers that are trying to break their programming that are telling these stories. And it's very difficult for them because in a sense they're still kind of owned because they were put in, they were targeted before they were even born. They were placed in somebody's fetus, and upon birth they were in these underground bases, and they have all these different altars, and it's, and trying to, assist these folks is really challenging, and, but we can all, help them together. I do readings and sessions with some, and, it's a very complicated thing. But I know it's real because I have a lot of clients and friends that are dealing with this stuff. So those that were genetically enhanced or had special skill sets, such as high psionic ability, were trained to be placed in a variety of military positions and for other functions such as work as scientists, engineers, geneticists, as well as study these experiments in high-tech laboratories. In exchange for abducting human beings, these megalomaniac government leaders would be given access to extremely advanced off-planet or alien technologies, spacecraft blueprints, militarized weaponry, zero-point power source technology, and so forth. So, is it really worth it at the cost of, having a human soul have to endure that level of torture when we are the most advanced technology? These are all shortcuts. It's great to think, wow, we could have all this, but it's like, we have all this. We don't need to take shortcuts. We don't need to compromise our integrity and to put innocent lives in harm's way to be an advanced, culture. But the thing is, most people that got caught up or wrapped up in these agendas had no idea what was really going on because of compartmentalism. So if you have family or friends, or if you've ever, been involved with this sort of work, and a lot of this is new information, it's because it's all on a need-to-know basis. So it's not about creating guilt or, for whatever we might have ever been a part of. It's just about understanding wow, And when I was being recruited to go to Mars, I could have said yes. And the way they presented it to me, it sounded like, wow, maybe it's not a bad idea. But I had such a powerful mission I came in with it was easy to say no. But I saw the manipulation. I'm like, gosh, if they're doing that to me, they did this to Eisenhower. I'm like, but the military-industrial complex stops here. And there's no way, because I've learned from him, I've learned from the history, I've learned from what I've seen, that it's all more than likely BS, especially if you don't have a say in the matter. Nobody should control you or your future. And what is it to save? Flesh? It's like, let's save our soul and not be controlled. Whatever about the flesh. We're lifting the veil between life and death right now. And we got to drop our fear of that, because in this stellar activation cycle, that's exactly what we're doing. We're lifting the veil between life and death. We're becoming multidimensional beings. We're going to be reunited with those that have passed. And we're going to recognize that we're the most advanced technology, and everything else is pretty much an imitation. But there are technologies that are in alignment with us and in alignment with nature that are a part of our higher consciousness, that are a part of the tools of being in, embodied form. So many whistleblowers said that Roosevelt made a treaty with the Greys, but not everyone is in agreement to this. The technology exchanges would have been different, though, between Hitler versus Roosevelt. The only reason I'm not mentioning a lot of the whistleblower testimony about Roosevelt signing agreements is because there's too many sources that I really respect and count on. Not count on, but feel like are so right on with everything else that it's kind of like, who knows? I know that he was approached. And it might not have been a treaty signed, but I do believe that some technology exchange happened, but he didn't quite do it the way that Churchill did. Most of the ones that involve mind control or abduction originate with sort of that Nazi agenda, and Hitler was controlled. So I'm not trying to make Churchill out to be the bad guy here. It just happens to be what the information has shown. I never even thought about Churchill when I was first researching this stuff. I'm like, Churchill? I'm like, really? Crowley doesn't surprise me. And they gave him total immunity, to bring in his ritualistic knowledge and occult knowledge to help them to achieve this stuff. But, at a certain point, we have to recognize that we're not dealing with humans anymore. And it's not so much about the individual, but their soul orientation made them susceptible if they were bent towards power. Morgan Martell discusses on his website about Project Paperclip, which took place after the Second World War. One purpose of operation was to inhibit post-war Germany from redeveloping its military research capabilities. One of the fields that Nazi doctors and psychologists had made advances in was that of social and behavioral engineering in humans, also known as mind control. The Office of Strategic Studies resorted to whitewashing the histories of Nazis, or sometimes even creating entirely new identities, which made it easy for them to spread their influence in America. In 1946, President Truman authorized Project Paperclip. And so if a negative ET agenda started in about 1926, you got to figure that in the shadows, they are very masterful at, playing with the pawns and putting the pieces where they want, particularly because the Illuminati, we're dealing with hybrids, we're dealing with them having sort of like masters that they answer to, using them so on a human level they can infiltrate. A lot just ended up happening, not based on what the presidents actually wanted. Truman, Eisenhower, and probably Roosevelt, and Kennedy. And Kennedy would have been the one that disclosed the UFO stuff, and of course that's why he was assassinated. Actually, the Mars recruiters forgot to get me off of one of their email threads because they wanted to kind of act like it was all friendly. And they were talking about the Kennedy assassination, and their wording was very much that they knew about it, they were behind it, they knew about 9/11. They have plasma technologies that can create crop circles. And I'm not saying that they're creating all the crop circles, but when you're dealing with people that have alien technology, they can mimic what actual real extraterrestrials do. That's why we hear about MyLabs and military abductions. So alien technology in the hands of humans that are very immature in their development, is a very dangerous thing. But we're on a path of free will and growth. We're here to fall down on our face and get back up again. So, this whole concept of prison planet or enslavement, none of that is indefinite. You can change your agreements anytime. All you have to do is declare it, say it, commit to it, and you'll start to see the physical reality around you change and even your physical body change. That's what true healing is about. It has been said by the whistleblower of M16 that the CIA was created almost 2 years after this in the American National Security Act of 1947 to handle the massive number of mind control, cloning, and other covert projects that were born from Paperclip. MJ-12, Majestic 12, was also created as a group dealing with ET investigations. The Bilderberg Group was created in 1952 to take the decision-making about the alien problem and other international issues out of the hands of governments who saw them as a threat. Over the years, the Bilderberg Group evolved into or merged with a secret world government. By now, it's almost entirely populated by the Illuminati. And so it's almost like a part of the strategy that if an ET agenda has been going on for this long, they're making their moves to set up these councils and groups in the more open governments that are handling it, but with cover stories, kind of like Project Blue Book, where it looks like they're investigating, it looks like they're considering that there might be ETs out there, so that we're convinced, like, oh, okay, they're on this, kind of like the war on terror and all this other stuff, or, oh yeah, they're dealing with feminism, they got Hillary Clinton running, and it's like, sorry, like, you just shot yourself in the foot on that one. Even the most unconscious person could probably, figure that one out, but it's still, they're not quite there yet, but it's because they don't know this information, so I'm not here to brand anybody as a sheeple. It's like, this is not easy stuff to digest. It is very easy to just think that this stuff is crazy, because people have a really good heart and they trust their environment, they trust the system, and that's not a terrible thing. I mean, it's a tragedy to say that, sorry, we've been lied to. I mean, just like somebody who gets married. I mean, how many people have committed to somebody and been cheated on? And it's an easy mistake to make. So I'm not here to, put people beneath us and say, oh, they're just sheeple. It's like let's, appeal to their heart and their good nature. And I used to feel a little bit just way out of place, but then I was like, just drop all that. Just connect with their heart, connect with their spirit, connect with what's accessible, Because if they love their family and they are good people, they're in a good place, because there's plenty of people talking a lot of new age lingo that behind the scenes are molesting, harming, raping, and doing all sorts of things, and they come out like this all-knowing guru, and it's just like ridiculous. So, no matter what you wear on the outside, there's no way to know. You have to just connect with the heart. You're going to find the true person. What's on the outside does never accurate enough or necessarily shows it.
If you enjoyed this, make sure to watch the next video on Awaken Zone. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, but you won't want to miss what's coming next.